The breakdown you're about to watch is brought to you by We Want Picks Premium Membership. Premium membership gets you all sorts of exclusive content, early bets, fantasy tools, and betting guides. Check it out now, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. Get ahead of these betting lines and get access to all of the tools now with an optimizer. We have a DraftKings optimizer available to you at the same low price of $10 a month. That's $2.50 a week. You get all of our bets early, all of our fantasy content early. You get betting tools and now a DraftKings optimizer, DraftKings ownership, and everything you need to build now up to 150 lineups with just a few clicks. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month. All right, $10 a month. You have one good week. You pay for the whole year. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click Become a Member. And as always, if you want $50, all you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit, and I will send you $50 as a thank you. That's WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. I'll send you $50. Next up at UFC 279, we have Jake Collier taking on Chris Barnett in a battle of the heavyweights. Jake Collier is 13-7 overall, 2-3 in his last 5, coming off that bad decision to Andrei Arlovski. Chris Barnett is 22-8 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, and he's coming off that forfeit, essentially. It wasn't technically the forfeit to Martin Buday. And as you know by now, Jake Collier used to be a middleweight, pretty big guy, jacked, looked good, went up to light heavyweight, and now this is what he looks like at heavyweight. But he is still a solid fighter, right? Technique-wise, he's a volume striker. He's got good forward pressure. Not much power, though, for the division. But he did showcase how well-rounded he is when he did that submission over Chase Sherman. And then most recently, he took Andrei Arlovski down twice in that fight. And I had a moneyline bet on Andrei Arlovski. The bet cashed, but Jake won that fight. So, you know, it was a bad decision that worked in my favor, but it says a lot about Jake because he essentially should be coming off of a win over a Hall of Famer. Chris Barnett doesn't look like it, but he's incredibly athletic. He's shockingly dynamic. He's got very real power, and he will manage to land strikes, even though he almost always has the shorter reach. And he hasn't taken his career too seriously in the past, but since joining the UFC, he has stepped up his training, and he is doing the right things as far as that is concerned. The issue with Chris, though, is while he is powerful and athletic, he doesn't handle pressure well, right? Martin Buday was just able to push him around and ultimately just broke him in that fight. He was being outstruck, outbullied. He would just plant and throw wild bombs, but they weren't connecting. And Jake's sitting at a big favorite here, and this has moved. I just did quick picks yesterday, and it's already moved past minus 400. We're at minus 425. And I think that's a lot of recency bias, right? Jake essentially beat Andrei Arlovski, so great. People see that. They remember that. And Chris tried to pull an Aljamain Sterling and get himself a DQ win. Didn't work, so he's coming off that, embarrassing loss. But if we put those last 2 fights aside and we just look at their abilities, Chris has a higher ceiling. He's faster. He's more athletic. He hits harder. Jake will absolutely be tougher and more well-rounded. So this is just going to come down to Chris's toughness. And if Chris stays active and he pushes and he works in the power, he works in the versatility, I think he could dominate this fight. But if he's just planting, looking for big one shot at a time, he's going to be outstruck. And unfortunately, I think that's what's going to happen. I think Chris is just going to plant, throw big bombs, looking to connect. So I got to go with Jake Collier here. But I think this line's a bit disrespectful because outside of his last fight when he straight up quit, Chris Barnett is good, man. Good. What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to look at that's like the pointiest nipple I have ever seen
Jesus Christ.
in my life. Do you see that thing?
This one
look
here?
Look at Jake's
Yeah,
left nipple.
It's not great.
Holy guacamole, that thing.
Okay.
Jesus
All right. I'm going to need to see
Christ.
your hands above the table while you do this breakdown.
Shit. The whole Chris, if he presses forward, can dominate this fight seems a little bit crazy to me. Seems a little bit crazy to me. This is a copy and if you're Jake Collier in this matchup, you take the Martin Buday fight, You copy and paste it, and you just do that. You got to crowd this guy because both these guys are very athletic heavyweights. Don't let their bodies fool you, as we saw with Chris Barnett with that spinning wheel kick against whatever his name is, Jean Vellante. Both these guys are athletic guys, but in space, that's where Chris is going to shine. He's got to have this space. So if you're Jake Collier, you got to do it what Boudet did and what you did to Orlovsky too, because he basically did the exact same thing to Orlovsky. Just got in, crowd him, press him against the cage. So just take that, make it as boring as possible, get your win, get out of there. I don't know if this is kind of set up for him to win, because I don't know if the UFC cares about Jake Collier getting wins in the heavyweight division. But
it's a weird fight because I assumed the UFC
I didn't realize I was
Barnett.
done.
Yeah,
that's interesting because I didn't realize I was done, but I guess I was done. So
you were done.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know why the UFC put this together, because Chris Barnett, I assume they wanted to push him after he got that spinning wheel kick. I'm sure they were like, great, let's give him some of those fights. But then they're giving Jake Collier, and what do they care if Jake Collier gets a win? So I agree. It's weird.
No, 100%. Because of the two, Chris Barnett is the guy that, I don't want to say can sell a fight, but he's a fun dude to watch. And Jake Collier in his last fight, he just kind of lays and prays on people. That's his new technique to heavyweight division. Hats off for him. It's working, and maybe he's able to get like a top 15 opponent at some point. But, I hope that this is an opportunity for Chris to shine again. I hope he gets the space and is able to do the stuff, because it's another pay-per-view. They obviously like him enough to keep putting him on pay-per-view cards. So maybe they feel like they see something against Jake where he can shine in this matchup. I hope. He seems like a great guy. He's a fun guy to watch. But unfortunately, I think just the playbook is there for Jake. He just comes in, lays on him, and gets his win.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happens as well. But, we'll see. Hopefully Chris is aware enough, and he should be. Yeah, he's got 30 fights, right? He's not stupid. He should be aware enough to know, like, all right, what they want from me is the show. And he should go put on the show, spin, throw big, and do that. Because even in a loss, he's super entertaining. You're like, oh, my God, look at this guy. So, anyway, $9,100 in DraftKings. He's probably worth it, because he probably gets a ton of control time, potentially a finish. So, he honestly is probably worth that, even though that is a lot of money to spend, especially on heavyweights. What do you think?
It seems so insane. If you told anyone that you're going to spend $9,100 on Jake Collier, it's like, who are you? Hopefully he's fighting Angelo, for God's sake. Okay. But yeah, what'd you say? Oh, okay. Like you just banked that. Okay, there's another one. Just gonna bank that one. Okay, I'll remember that. But he's not in my lineup, but I do think I have him in a lineup, if that makes sense. So.
No, I hear you. Monkey Knife strike line 90-42. That's probably the most accurate line that we've broken down so far, because Jake's busy, very busy, and Chris Barnett's not. He's athletic and he's super fast, but he waits. He waits to do the spin. He waits to throw the big punch. Like nothing is set up with a jab. It's just like big and spinning or big and spinning. So it's a really solid line. I'm definitely not going to touch it. What do you think of that Monkey Knife Fight strike line?
It might be a less more.
Yeah, it's too tricky.
It's probably. I think it's less more, because even against the cage, Chris is just kind of doing the thing that.
Possible. Yeah, well, guys, if you want your crack at an autographed Daniel Rodriguez poster, become a premium member. We are doing a giveaway for premium members only. Go to WeWantPicks.com. At the top, click Become a Member. It's just $10 a month, and that includes all of our bets early. Prize picks early, picks early, a DraftKings optimizer, and everything else to help you make money watching fights, and now a giveaway. And I think going forward, every giveaway we do will only be for premium members, just a little perk. We're not going to give away membership, but we will do perks for them. They're already there, they're getting the value, and now there's an opportunity to win a Daniel Rodriguez poster, thanks to Jesse Correa. WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top.